Hello there folks, how are you? It's Sir Mourinho here. I'm as part of my Stars from the Past series. I'm with a gentleman here today. This is the fourth or fifth in the series I have here. I'm with a gentleman here today who has been revered and revered by quite a lot of people who have played in the Ballymena Saturday Morning League and of course the other junior leagues and stuff like that there for the last 25 to 30, perhaps maybe 40 years. I'm sitting here with BERTIE McAULEY. People say big bombs come in small packages. Well, there was never a bigger bomb coming in a smaller package than BERTIE McAULEY as far as local soccer was concerned. A very, very respected man from a family which was tremendously well respected, and from an area that's respected and renowned for its football is namely Harrival. BERTIE, you're a Harrival man now. You weren't born in Harrival, but
top of the town.
Born at the top of the town.
Alexander Street.
The old Clabber Street, BERTIE.
Old Clabber Street. Clabber Alley.
Clabber Alley. Was there good times being brought up there? You met plenty of people and all, made plenty of friends obviously.
All friends, every day, Liam nice and all.
Oh, Liam nice and all, I've heard all that there now. There you are, a long time ago, BERTIE.
A long time ago, even in folks and even folks.
There you are now. Well BERTIE, obviously you're aware that I'm here to talk to you about your football career here today. Now, we have a wee thing here called Stars from the Past, and I see as a star from the past, the brother Melvin sees as a star from the past, Artie McAuley and all them boys see as a star from the past, Brian Montgomery sees as a star from the past. But the only reason they see as a star from the past is quite obviously, not to repeat myself again, it's because you are a star from the past. You know, you played football throughout your career, and you never played for a team that wasn't competitive and wasn't competing for trophies. Anytime you played for a team, they were probably the best team in the town at the time, you know what I mean? You know, I have it here, BERTIE, obviously you started off going to school, you went to County Primary then obviously years ago. County Primary and Harrival Primary, of course your family had come down into Harrival to live then, and that was just built at the time. And, you know, there was, well, Harrival's been here for quite a long time, there were different houses built. And you played for the school team obviously. And you went to Ballymena Boys, which was the intermediate up there obviously. I have it here, BERTIE, that you were good enough at school that whenever you were in first year you were able to play for the third years. Which would have meant obviously in second year you were playing for the fourth years. So in third year you were playing for the fifth years as well. You must have been good enough, BERTIE, were you in them days as a kid?
Must have been that was the key. And McAuley was picking the teams.
He obviously he went on to be the reserve manager and stuff like that there.
Right,
I have it here then obviously he had asked you one night, you were playing Queen's University.
Yeah.
And we want him to be playing.
That's right.
We want him to play. Can you tell me something about that?
There wasn't team phased. There maybe wasn't displeased that we kept his face. He was looking for his 15 bob.
Well, his 15 bob he got them then. What was that, 75 pence?
75p.
That was what you look for too now, wasn't it, them days? And you obviously, Alex had says to you
I
then.
never played that much, but we played that right.
No. What he went on to marry your sister too, you know what I mean? So well, that didn't make things any easier.
No.
Sorry, Helen. So obviously then, then you continued to play for the reserves there then, did you?
No, I didn't sign. Alex Parker didn't sign me after that. He took over the Sportsman. And I was boxing at the time, believe it or not. Kenny asked me to choice box the football, and I took the football, but Alex Parker said the same thing for the youth form, but I never did. You stuck to the football.
Suppose you enjoyed that maybe a bit more about the friends and all, you see it was less serious and all, and you could sort of, you could do your thing, you know. But then obviously it says here, BERTIE, that you Harrival Youth there, you sort of wee team there, Harrival Youth. What's among a couple of friends you were telling me?
Yes.
Like George Blair, God rest him, your old brothers there, a couple of the brothers.
Yes.
Like Matt Allen, the boys.
Allen.
A good team were they?
A very good team, yeah. The whole crowd was then developed into that summer team.
Dukla Prague. They won the Rector Cup 1968.
Yep, and they won it.
After the picture up in the house, there was a big crowd in them days. Huge crowd when they went seeing matches.
That's because they was recognised Saint Development coming up there. Yeah.
There you are, hey.
You beat our league team in the final, believe it or not.
Definitely.
Final of the Rector Cup. 2-3 now.
You know, BERTIE, I have that picture in the house. Pat Jordan played for that team.
But Pat played for us after that.
Right.
Harry Smith Mountains.
We Mountain there,
Smith, Dixon, Sammy never played at that time. Ian the Bomber's father was left there. At that time, Scobie Cameron, brother-in-law Cecil, I say Jerry Blair, Scobie Courtleigh, that's good.
They must have been a quarter side for it if they're beating the Irish League team.
Oh,
and you boys just normal hangabouts, you know what I mean?
Liam Beckett and no Liam.
I know Liam Beckett very well.
Liam brother-in-law was playing for Korea that year.
Yeah.
And
was one of Liam was he was one of the Irish Cups and stuff. I did that. And a good hard player, Liam Beckett.
I keep from the honours now.
But you were saying that earlier. And then obviously you went the Saturday morning league just started at that stage.
Yep.
Was we Monty had started the Saturday morning league, come out the early February league, didn't we?
Must be Red Star.
Red Star was a team there. Yep. So in your first season playing, you won the league.
I don't need that. 16th in it. Then Brother Star hanging it was. He was a kid in there.
Big deal,
that's right.
That's right, the blue with the two purple pins. I had the picture in the house for it. I love it.
That's right.
Big Alec Telford played for them.
Big
Alec there. Big Alec's a well-known guy up at the top of the town, big Scottish man.
Dennis Sahara.
Dennis Sahara, Dennis he had the long hair. Dennis he looked like one of the status quo they used to call him. So then Bertie, go to you then went out to Guy Ballymena run.
Yeah.
Alec McKee asked you. At one stage for Ballymena, there was you, yourself obviously, there was Sammy, there was John Sloan and Tam Sloan, 4 cousins. 2 brothers and 2 brothers, 4 cousins, all playing at the one time for Ballymena.
Sammy's the cousin.
That's what I say, sorry.
Sorry.
That's some going, Bertie, that's some family feat there. I'm sure the people was proud of you.
I was pretty honest. They behaved themselves.
Well, you know that. Did you enjoy your time at the Showgrounds, Bertie? You got player of the year and all, didn't you?
Player of the year reserves. I'm the smudger next day.
Smudger knew you, see, he knew you were capable of doing that, you know what I mean? They were good out of times but up at the Showgrounds 10 times, they wouldn't stand. And a lot bigger crowds than you get nowadays.
I read you went to reserve matches too, you know, what there. That was enjoyable. It was great. Training was great, the smudger. It was all ball work.
But that's the thing I just want to say there. I think a lot of people Ballymena start more league now, it's a wee bit more modernised as far as like, they watch professional football, they train maybe a harder way, you know, and the teams at the top of each league there, you know. But Bertie's one of the guys here, you know, my brother Melvin always said none of the, you know, without any disrespect, any of the older people there that I know, and obviously Brian Montgomery himself, who started the league, you know, and runs the league, and obviously a great hand out to the committee and stuff. They've always said, you know, that the likes of yourself, Bertie, is one of the last boys that they remember that used to do the things that they used to do, which was come and get the ball off the goalkeeper. And I mean, Bert, as a child and watching your books and stuff, and I mean listening to all those older boys in the changing rooms, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you've been the smallest man amongst all the other big boys, but you were the boy that was doing all the talking. You know, and everybody listened to you. So for me, your knowledge of football and the local game, you know, was outstanding. But what I want to say is, you were one of the boys that used to come and get the ball off the goalkeeper. Because you always maintained that the first line of defence, or the first line of attack was started by defence, you know what I mean? And you like to attack and over, you know, you don't see that too much now.
Not now.
What do you think?
Very few players. You always have to get the confidence to take off the goal.
Well, Bert, you never let them?
No, I never. I always had to take it, whether I got it or not. You have mistakes, you know.
Obviously,
There was times I was shouting for it, and I shouldn't have been shouting, you know.
But you were a ball at the feet, man.
Oh, definitely.
You didn't like the ball in the air.
I couldn't kick it.
You couldn't jump that high to get the ball up.
That was a strong thing. I could raise.
But Bert, you were a great man with the ball at your feet. Like, no doubt. You could have played a 1-2, and before you knew it, you were crossing the ball in. You know, and that was almost an attack from your position. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, if you got it right, it looked brilliant too. You know, there's not too many boys were doing that.
You need the boys along with you.
You need the boys along with you, and that's what I'm saying to all you viewers out there. You know, Bertie is one of the old style, old class. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. You know, lots of people have told me, lots of people tell me, but I have seen it myself. You know what I mean? I remember I'll reiterate again. I remember as a child watching you. And always just myself, he Bertie up down the line, you know, like a fly, you know what I mean? Just up 1-2, 1-2, maybe 4 touches and you were crossing the ball in for an attack, you know. And you know, as I say, Bertie, you don't see that too much nowadays, you know what I mean? Because I think, come back to what you're saying there, you see in the training, Bertie, it's not all about ball running.
It's all running.
It's all running and stress training, you know what I mean? But for any ball, I think if you're playing football, it wouldn't matter if you were 100 if you run 100 miles a week, if you're no good with the ball at the feet, you're no good to nobody.
See, that's what you call it football.
Uh,
Not football, not head.
no, I know what you're saying.
That's what you call it, football.
You know, I suppose Bertie, at a certain morning level, a good player can play if he's 80% fit.
Oh, I.
You know, a good ball player.
Yep. Although fitness is a big part of it.
Ah, of course, no, it doesn't take nothing
It's
away.
half the battle. You know.
But at the same time, you know, I think we'll agree there. Look at Junior McAuley. Junior was never the fittest boy in the world. But by goodness, could he not pass the ball and split the ball and spread the ball, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so I think Junior would fit into that mould there of a boy that never really was like 110% fit. But hey, if you had him in your team, you had somebody that could split defences and you know.
Definitely a good football.
Oh, fantastic! Great passer of ball. Melvin always said he reminded him so much of Jan Mulvey. Jan Mulvey couldn't really run. Lazy. But Bertie, you never seen him lost the ball.
No.
You know, when he always got the ball, laid it to another man and was there to collect it and split it over, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so I suppose that's the style, Bertie, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, that's it. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
It's different. Changed completely. Completely changed.
You know.
How do you take a person now?
No, you can't take it hard either.
That was a big thing in them days. Segment.
Oh,
It's part of it.
Bertie, it was part and parcel of getting hit and getting up and going on with it.
Yes, it was.
I think they're complaining too much now.
Oh, young boys now, you touch the
See, even a corner, Bertie, you can't even jump up the goalkeeper.
He has the advantage, I know that. No, that's right.
Do you think, obviously, in them days, Bertie, as a fullback, you could have passed the ball back to the keeper. It made it easier. You know, it made it easier, you know. What do you think of that rule whenever it came in then, as far as were you still playing whenever that rule came in that you couldn't?
I was,
What did you find it hard to adapt to it just for the while and then?
I'd say you had to, you were caught many a time trying to hold on it, you couldn't, because the getting the keeper there was getting, the ball was getting red, getting hit red, and you had to hold on it and it never got caught with it. Didn't go away.
And how did you put your hand up to the flame?
You have to.
Well, that was it, wasn't it?
Mistakes, you just got going with it.
So, but it's not often that 4 members of one family will play for Ballymena at one time. I don't think that's ever been done since.
My brother George played for reserves too.
Oh, there you are. I don't think that's ever been done since. I can't remember it. I can't remember it for no disrespect to anybody. So, but after that, you joined Broadway Celtic then? You played for Broadway Celtic, you won the league, and you won cups and stuff. Who were the names that you played alongside there?
Jake Kirk, Bumpercliff Kirk.
Bumpercliff Kirk.
Tony Green. Kenny Campbell.
Tony Kerr.
Francis McKeown. J.K. Clark.
Denniston Lapp.
Brendan Lyons. Buff.
Good old days.
Great old days.
You went for a beer and all after the game, then?
What they call it.
Good crack then, Buff.
Oh, great. I think makes me really drink.
No, understand, you know, but, well, that was all part and parcel of them days, but you know, that was part of growing up, you know, and that was your younger years, you know. Of course, everybody will understand now you're a religious man, you know, and it's great to see it, you know.
No hassle in them days.
No, it was all just out for a good enjoyment, the bit of carry on.
It was just.
Would you say they were as good old days as what they were, you know what I mean?
Oh, they were, definitely.
You know? I know them boys, I know the likes of there, you're saying wee Buff McNally. Buff speaks of you very highly. You know, Buff speaks of your whole family very highly, you know what I mean? For goodness sake, sure, they go back a long time, don't they, you know? You go back a long time to everybody, you know what I mean, Bertie, growing up together, eating out the same, born in the same bowls, you would say, or born in the same bread, you know?
That's right.
So, Bertie, you've told me here a wee thing here, and it stands, you talked about it very highly, was your days at Horrible Amateurs.
Yes. And
there was a thing about you not doing, you weren't originally a fullback, what?
No, I started off primary school in the line. Played for Penarrow, when I joined Penarrow, I played in the street for 4 or 5 years. The age went on to the father of one break.
The speed cut out of that.
The fullback was my main. Fullback. But saying that, my mum always says it anyway. They had to break down me, John White and Fanning, that was at that time.
Quarterback field house, John and Finlay, all right. Sure, everybody knows John and Finlay, right? My goodness.
Up me and John were the 2 fullbacks, yeah.
But John was a good player too.
John played for John.
I didn't think that first class player, but
solid.
I hard luck, even in his older year, when I was younger, you know, obviously John's a bit.
John even dropped himself in finals to play for his
There you are.
Madonna. He was fair manager.
Fair play, hey.
you know, he's that type of boy.
Straight 110%.
110%.
Well, Bertie, in one season, you won the Canada Cup,
Yep.
the Conan Cup, the League, and the McReynolds Cup.
Yep.
But then, Bertie, there was one season here. Now this is unreal. This is unreal. I don't think any team has ever done this since. And I'll tell you now, the next team that does it deserves a medal. Should they even win or get beat. The horrible amateurs. And that, you were saying about 73 or 74, Bertie, would you say?
That was before 70, I would say 69, 70.
69 or 70, sorry. In the one season, they got to the final of the Junior Cup and the Junior Shield.
Junior Shield final. Quarter-final of the Junior Cup.
Right.
Semi-final of the Junior Cup.
The semi-final of the Junior Cup and the final
of the Junior Shield.
Of the Junior Shield. And big Billy McAULEY saved the penalty.
Saved the penalty in the semi-final of the Cup. They got the rebound.
And they got the rebound, and of course that was a Cup.
And they scored from the rebound.
And that done us out in the final place.
The Cup, yeah.
You know, otherwise it would have been the final of the two. There you are, hey.
Yeah.
You know, that's after winning all them cups and stuff, you know, that's some stuff, hey. And Bertie, you were saying there, horrible amateurs, obviously, renowned team. They were the first team in Ballymena ever to win the Junior Shield, weren't they? 1963, am I right in saying?
They never won it. In my time, anyway.
They won it in 1961 then. Because
that's up Jim Cunningham.
That's right.
They must have won it then.
They were the first team. I have a picture of it in the house. 1961, the horrible amateurs was the first team from Ballymena ever to win the Junior Shield. You know, so that's how far back that trophy goes. You know what I mean? And of course, you've got the horrible Homers at the minute here in the semi-final here next Monday night. So if as many people just take this time out, Bertie has wished the horrible Homers all the best and hopes to God that they can get the result. And so do I. On behalf of BSN TV and myself, you know what I mean, I think everybody in the town wishes the horrible Homers all the best. It'd be great to see them, Bertie.
That's good. It'd be good for Saturday morning.
Of course it'd be good for Saturday morning football. It'd be great to see them get the final, you know. And just take this time out to wish us all the best, lads. You know, big bones and Rainey and all them boys. Wish us all the best, you know. We booked you there. But anyway, West Ham United. What was the chat about that? Ron Greenwood, Bobby Moore, Jimmy Greaves.
Just finished at that time. I just said no, and he kept contacting the manager. I said,
why did you say no, Bertie? Was there a reason? You're a home man, your mother and your father and that. No.
Yep.
Suppose Bertie, a small man like yourself, you know, obviously, when I say so, not stature, but you know, from a small town,
yes.
Or from humble background, going over into the likes of London there with a big jump, hey, wasn't it?
That would have been sure.
You know, and them days they had some side.
Yeah.
You know, you had Martin Peters, you know what I mean, all them boys, you know what I mean, World Cup winners. Frank Lampard was playing at the time, that's right, he was the fullback at the time, a good player he was too, went on for years.
See, as Tom mentioned, Tom went to Man United
Tom Sloan.
And John had a chance to go to Derby.
There you are.
The time Master Stewart
that's right, 73, 74.
I think he tried to persuade John to go to Derby, but John wasn't interested.
There you are. And you're saying John was as good as Tom?
Top four.
It's a different position, you know, we Tom was a lightning winner, you see,
And Sally, he got on the international cap.
That's right,
You know, that was good.
I know, it's a big thing, it's a big thing in days.
And Sally's kind of boy, he didn't have a trouble about.
No, humble just.
He saw, I understand football, he saw, I see him every year, where he went in July, around July month, and he never mentions football.
There you are.
He only says to you, he's still playing.
Sammy, he played for Ballymena for years. Sammy, top class fullback, like, you know, Sammy's well known as, you know, like, there's no doubt about it. You know, he's well known in the town for probably one of the best local fullbacks ever, along with yourself, Bert, you know what I mean, so.
He was picked up playing however long it was, like Tommy Patterson.
There you are.
And he didn't take the Rangers for a lot long. But as a 10 he lasted for years.
You were saying it very bad on the chest.
Football for 88. You know, and he done well for me.
Certainly,
Done very, very well.
No doubt about it.
And people always compare me, and I said, what? Sammy done it, I didn't.
I understand where you're coming from, you know.
I don't like anybody.
Because there's a difference between somebody that goes on with it, you know. Certainly, of course, you have to give dues where dues is.
Just misbehaved.
You know, well, that's part of growing up and living the life that we all live, you know. Well, now, Bertie, from the West Ham days and from obviously, you like playing with the Harlem Amateurs because the likes of you, George Blair, the great George Blair, one of the probably, what would you say about Jordan?
Good player. Good
Like
player, you know, he and him always blended it well together. He was left, I was left.
You just hung about each other.
All went for years. After reserve matches, we went to this place for dinner. His mother's house, you know, all the family sitting in the roots and game.
Jeff, Mark, the
The
game,
whole
right,
game.
the game.
That was great. Training the Tuesday and Thursday night, looking forward to it too.
And as good as what you would have got.
Oh, it's great. Definitely.
So then you went to Penarol then. You have a thing here. Penarol's first ever signing.
Yes.
You were the first man ever to sign paper for Penarol.
Yes.
Well, Bertie, tell me, I say, was there any money involved?
No.
No, there wasn't money involved. Joe, mind what you paying? You never even give the man a couple of £100 to sign for you. Did he even buy a pair of boots?
No.
I suppose it was just to get the club going there. And you mentioned that obviously you became a Ballymena Sartmore League Player of the Year in 1982.
Yes.
With Penarol. It's your first class achievement. I know Benny Boy there's got first division player of the year, and it's a good thing, you know what I mean? There's many a man's playing, you know what I mean? It's a top class award. But you're saying there in your days at Penarol, the best player you've seen around the Penarol days was by far wee Wally Barr.
Yes.
Wally, he broke his leg. Was it not iteration of Wally Hunt knocking for us that time?
There was a lot of people out there starting, you know, I don't know who was there. Wally was taken by an incident like that. He was a good one, Wally Barr was.
Apparently the first class player until they broke his leg, obviously.
Class.
A winner, wasn't he?
He was a winner. Two great players.
Was he a real fashioned winner?
Oh, aye.
But he beat two men.
He could have beat you, could have beat you and took it on any foot. See crossing the ball.
Strange crew down there,
Two great feet.
No, did you get that, Bert? You know about the both feet? You know, you could have played left wing or right wing.
He could have played anywhere yet. And his leg broke and just didn't seem wrong. A wee bit flavoured it, you take it.
I've got obviously can understand that.
Yeah, the great players, Martin Blair and Henry Spence, you know. And Dixon was a good boy.
Sid Dixon,
Sid's good. He kept the boys right. I was a captain, but he done all the fighting.
Well, Sid would have had a bigger mouth, there's no doubt about that. Oh, deadly man. You still hear him these days when he's down in the game. It was a great.
We had a great goalkeeper at the time. That's kind of started now. Maybe one of the best too. Eddie McGuire.
Eddie McGuire,
Eddie McGuire. He was a great goalkeeper.
There you are. There's been some great goalkeepers in the time of the Sartmore League too. There. You're saying Eddie McGuire there. You know, you'd a big Western lump.
Oh, definitely.
You know, you've Anthony McCartney. Big Anthony, or big Darren Crawford. You know, them three alone would be as good to play for any Irish League club. Never mind the likes of Darren playing for Linfield, Wesley playing for Linfield. Now Martin, Anthony, of course, he didn't go that far. He could have, but there's no doubt about it. He could have. He looks at David Wakehurst just enjoyed the Wakehurst scene, and that was him. He was happy. Yeah. You know, there's no doubt about it. Remember, you played for Wakehurst as well at the same time.
Wakehurst.
Penarol in the morning, who won the league and were player of the year, and then was playing for Wakehurst in the afternoon and won Everton that year.
They won the league. I don't know what they won any cups or not. 9 playing for the quarter final of the Kaufman Corey Cup, missed the penalty. Quarter final.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, there you are. Somebody has to be in that position, but not you know. The good old days too, Bert.
They were great days too. Roy Twain.
Roy Twain, big Twain.
Roy Twain. And then
Pat Jordan.
Roger Galbraith.
Roger, good player, brilliant player.
And we heard Greasy Carrington, all them boys playing at the time.
Was Pat Jordan the manager in them days? No.
No, it was Smudger.
John
and Brian Rock.
Big Rock,
yeah.
That was way back in the day there, hey. And you used to get a great crowd down what's name afternoon matches.
I heard the finals down there played at Echoes to 8 and 9.
No, they were bumping for it. It was, I mean, well, with the pavilion. And there was always plenty of noise and plenty of banter, you know, plenty of support, plenty of loud support, you know. That was one thing about Harry Wilbur, one thing about coming down into Wakehurst. I even made it myself when I played for Cranny. Obviously I played alongside you for a couple of years. You know, I mean all that there, you know, and it was great. I was actually saying to Tom Sloan in an interview there, you know, like, something as simple as the banter between the Homers and Cranny. All great, all the best of friends. But for 90 minutes that went out the window. You know, and you had to do your job.
Definitely.
You know, you were playing against boys you grew up with, but you still had to put the boot in.
I was playing for Penarol a couple of games by Keelan. Up at the Raven, it was Martin daughter Paddy. I hit my tackle and he retaliated.
First two brothers.
Two, it shows you. I played against Thursday, I think too. Nice to have the Penarol who's got to come on. didn't cost me for a time to hand either. Well, he never thought twice or
well, man, you mean, I tell you this here, I'd have to stop there and just say, you were lucky you were able to get a tackle in on George. Because God rest George. God rest George's soul, you know. That I think I can actually speak for a lot of people here. For me, George was the best player I seen in the Sandbourne League, you know. Him and Georgie Blair, you know what I mean? God rest the two of them passed away very sadly, and you know, the great people they were, and always treated me very well, you know. Give me an extra 50p for doing the books, that's why I always liked them, you know. But at the same time, in the old form of speaking, you know, in the back of the crack and all that there, Geordie was the sort of boy in midfield that he could have stood and had a cigarette while he had the ball at his feet. Do you know, he was so relaxed on the ball, was able to shift, he actually was able to see like a snooker player. George was able, and Melvin always said the same, and a lot of the boys say the same, and Monty Montgomery says the same. George was able to see 2 moves in front of him. Do you know? And if you had a pound for every time you seen Geordie under pressure in the 18-yard box and dummying about it, laying it out and splitting him, you would be a rich man. Do you know what I mean? And I seen it as a kid, and I seen it as I played alongside George for maybe 2 seasons, I think it was. Sadly before he passed away, God rest his soul. I hope he's I know for a fact he's in heaven is the same. And you know, there's no doubt about it. In them days, like, you know, there's one thing I always remember about Geordie. Geordie played for Carnini, and I played plenty of times in the bog pits that was down there in the bucket and rain, and I wore rubber studs. But he'd never ever lost his balance, and that was with a pair of rubber studs on. He's almost like an ice skater. Do you know what I mean? You know, and let's face it, he was able to stand and never got out of breath either, because he didn't run unnecessarily. Like if somebody had a hot shot, for example, and the ball went away maybe 50 yards behind the net, Geordie here stood for a minute or two like that. Whereas somebody that says get back, Geordie that says the ball's way over there, it's plenty of time.
Well, I get a lot of criticism for him out with the ball too much. But
he could.
You might have never mentioned it. The boy I was playing in the one team, Bert McAULey's playing for money, Robbie Stores.
Robbie Stores, that's right. That's right.
I have it on DVD and somebody worked it, I can't get it back, I don't know where. So it was me and George and Wells and I got out. Robbie was playing at that time.
That's right, Joe McCall.
No, Joe wasn't playing at that time.
No, we Francis McNally playing them days.
No. I was captain of that team.
We Paddy would have done there, we Paddy McEwen.
No, I tell you it was. Barney McCurry was in goals.
More goals, man.
Barney, the night before the final, Barney was in, and I know he dumped it to a wonder into the final. Broke his ankle, he couldn't play in the final. But Andy Stewart,
I do know about Andy.
Andy Stewart. How did you go with these kind of...
I know what you're saying.
He got to go with Ken Moylina and the final shoulder and that one. I was cut, but I got God rest him. I got John Stone.
Jerry,
It was Francis McEwen's Memorial.
Certainly, yes, that's right.
That's right. Andy Captain that
Francis McEwen Memorial Trophy, that's right. The family sponsored that just shortly after Francis passed away, that's right.
Moylina won now. The showdown's what a great one that was.
They are, right.
And known as me and Dirty Bear hadn't taught so we go for a drink after. Monty took us to a coronation. It was. That's just Geordie Stores, man.
How there the days, Bert?
They were great.
Memories?
Yeah, I think he's a back too.
I think Binsy's one of the best players I've ever played too, wasn't he? Fantastic player, I always talked about that there too, if I remember out and about in a beer, you know, but always chatting to Binsy, and of course, things like that there come up, you know. I agree. Dennis O'Hara played in that team too. Joe McAllister, brutal man.
We Andy Valor.
That
Joe scored the goal.
There you are.
We Andy Valor played in Big David.
Long time ago, Bertie. But hey, there's one thing about it, Bertie. You're talking about it there with smiling face. You must have enjoyed all them days.
It was great. Lovely. It was great.
Great times.
It's not the same.
No, I know. You don't watch people you don't know them.
That's right.
Suppose you knew in them days, everybody you knew what you expected to see, you know what I mean? But how time moves on, doesn't it?
It does.
You know, you just have to play on, hey, don't you know? Well, Bertie, then, you joined Carnini Rangers.
Yes.
Carnini was a very famous team, obviously, at that time. I was about in them days, you know. You won the league with Carnini, and Bertie, the jump team, didn't you?
We had a great team.
Fantastic team.
The boys playing academy at it and
that's right, that's what Melvin said to see him.
Melvin could only hit it, Melvin, I think Melvin played for, was it Coke for a while?
I did played for Coke for a few years.
But he wasn't interested, he
got offered stuff and never. Carnini through Melvin was. He spoke very highly of you boys in an interview there. He says he wanted into the changing room. He says no, you boys were sitting and he started to get nervous. Because you boys were all great players, you see, you know what I mean? Like you're talking about Henry Spence there, George McAuley, George Blair, yourself. Jeff Blair, you know, we back Martin Blair, Mitch Blair.
Melvin himself,
You know.
Melvin's maybe the best second one league.
Natural Bert.
He played today.
Comfortable Bert.
Always great in the air, great football, tackler, gentleman. Yep.
He speaks very highly of yourself, there's no doubt about that, obviously.
You know, Melvin's a boy you could have played with, he would give you the ball, whether you're marked or not. He just, as we say, get back to the goalkeeper if you're in trouble. You know, he was looking forward to it. Melvin's good man to play with.
There you are, hey. Fair play.
He played football, he was football, he wasn't a slugger.
No, I know what you're saying.
Next centre half.
I know, I understand that, yeah.
He was got it down and played it about.
You don't get too many football in centre halves.
I haven't seen one about him.
There's years. What about Michael Maven there plays good, is it?
Michael, well,
Michael's is good there. A couple of boys playing for the Homers is good there.
When I was watching Michael, he's much later. I've watched him play for the All Saints game. He's the one of the defence to take it out.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Didn't he?
First class player. And I think, you know, not to jump too much to the gun, you know, off your own subject, I think Michael's one of the early style, you know what I mean? Ball down, he's a very hard player, you know, he's very dedicated, you know.
Michael gets stuck in.
You know, there's a couple of young boys playing for the Homers there's a good player, what's his name? Young fella there, I forget his name. Good hard player, first class player, as you know. First class player, his first name David, I forget his second name. But no, he's another boy there that stands out in mind, you know, definitely, you know. Melvin was saying there, Bert, but down the league teams, you mean they used to pick a league team?
Mine, they picked it 2 years ago at the dinner.
Aye.
All the boys up in there.
But you mean they used to have games against inter-leagues?
Oh, I never played in that.
Did you not know? It must have been your out of your will, Bertie, because you no doubt you might get him in that.
No, I wasn't playing the first division that time, no. I mean, or George.
Oh, George.
Roger for Bert. I mean, going to the match.
Melvin was picked for it, obviously. Melvin was captain without any disrespect. Of course, it was a great accolade to be captain. I think they should do something like that again, you know.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't it, you know, get a game up at the showgrounds there with the new facilities and all, you know. Even have, you know, like the likes of the Ballymena Saturday morning against, like, even the afternoon league or something, you know. And have, like, for charity or something, you know. I think it would be a great excuse for a night out and stuff.
I used to do that when I was coming from the amateurs. Had a match every Christmas morning, the town against country. And then paying for that, that's the bad news, that's when you get into the still bad. No cup to show you.
There you are, Bertie. I see that.
I see when they opened them pitches down there. We were playing the big pitch. We played Cullybecky, the Hawkle and all them teams combined. I think there were 3 or 4 teams in Ballymena combination. Played every Christmas morning, charity match. That's the happened with me. The stones come up through the.
There you are. Then gravel coming up, won't they? Aye, obviously.
We've done that right.
Sure enough, hey.
That's what you're doing on Saturday morning.
Yeah, but you played for Race View in the afternoon, a handful of games,
a handful of games, aye. I had to take them sometimes because it was on the drink.
Oh, right.
after the pinner match.
They had a court side out there in the
afternoon. I was sitting always in the young days.
Shit's a great player.
For 2 hours.
Shit's a great player. Duncan and
John.
A wee Mitchie.
Aye, and
you would have had big, what was his name?
Tiny Collar.
Big Tiny. Hard big nut boy. Hard big player, hey.
That's right.
And then you went back to Penarol again.
Back to Penarol.
And then here's a good one here now. You went out with the cowboy.
I went out with the cowboy.
Jimmy.
Had to run clock.
To give him a hand to run clock.
And end up having to.
Did you sign a contract? Was there money involved?
Nobody.
You don't declare nothing, Bertie, do you?
I bought a still. Cowboy had bought a still.
There you are. But Cowboy could have played a bit this day.
Cowboys had played for Penarol.
In the good old days. Apparently he was a cracking dribbler, a player.
Good dribbler he was.
And there was him and wee Sammy from out there that night, wee Sammy Mirror, God rest him. Yeah. They still have a trophy called the Sammy Mirror, obviously, just the same as the George McAuley, you know. That's a great thing, isn't it, to have your brother remembered there, and the great George McAuley and wee Sammy there, you know. I think it's great to have trophies in the league named after boys, you know. That gives so much to the league. You know, it's great. You just get to present it every year there, very lovely wee trophy it is, you know. It's an accolade, it's a great thing to see us doing it, you know. And then Central Blues, you managed Central Blues for a while as well.
2 or 3 weeks.
There was a lot of money involved there too, but there was a big signing fee there, wasn't there?
Signing fee, aye. I lasted 3 weeks.
It wouldn't have been the same,
but it
wouldn't have been the same as your day of playing. And,
no. Well, I did play a match or 2 for them. Mine played against Wrights down there. And Jeff was playing.
That's right.
Only played that all time drink.
Okay, sure.
Then I started playing again when I was 50.
Right, I have it here. You were playing for Penarol. You were doing cameo roles for Penarol when you were 58 years of age.
You were struggling for a team and I done something, come on now and
And
again.
come on now and again. And then obviously, you were telling me that Big Junior brought you off. Was it Junior brought you off?
No.
No, John and Wee Finlay brought you off. Didn't want you to get hurt.
No, they didn't want me to play. At all.
But you went on.
For Junior Technically I was struggling.
And you were still as competitive, Bertie. And I heard you were still shouting your bit out. And you know, there was a time there that you were brought off as a sub one day, and you were cracking up because you thought you were playing well. At 58 years of age. You must have just loved football, didn't you? You still do, obviously, you know what I mean?
I do, like,
I suppose you were born into a football family, like, you know what I mean? And I think, Bertie, a lot of people, you know, I think a lot of people out there would turn around and say, you know, that when you talk about Harrigal, when you mention the name Harrigal, and you talk about football, with the greatest respect to everybody else that plays football and the Harrigal, originally when you talked about football, you talked about Harrigal, you talked about the Blairs and the McAuleys.
yeah.
You know, these were two big names, two big families, you know what I mean? And of course that took on the Sloans and all that, you know what I mean? I made a team called Chichester Blues, played in the summer tournament one time. And they hammered a team down there, there was the summer tournament down there. Jeff Blair picked a team called Chichester Blues, out of Chichester Park, as you would have said. There was John Sloan, Tam Sloan, yourself, George, you had George McAuley, George McAuley, George Blair, God rest their souls. You also had Jeff Blair, Martin Blair, Mooks Blair. You know, it was just, I bet you had George, or Tam Sloan, you know, and a couple of the Kernigans, you had just 4 or 5 family names, and it was just, you know, they just hammered an Irish League team, made them not stupid.
Those were the days.
You know.
Tell me this. Did we come Tom mentioned me when you were talking
to Tom mentioned you alright. Oh,
no,
yeah,
if he's going to watch this, I met him there when he threw me in the way. Know his first words? Are you still playing catch or still on?
There you are, Tom Sloan turned around and said, are you still playing catch or still on? Tom Sloan's not playing today, if somebody came in that door tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, and says, "What, Bert, I need you to do sub for me," would you do it?
Oh, surely.
And what age are you? 61 years of age?
61.
But hey, you can still get the balls out and play at 1-2 and whatnot. You know, you're still playing 5
Sorry,
Tom. You're still playing 5 aside, aren't you?
Oh, 5 aside, 9 aside.
You must enjoy it for his style. You know, it gets you out and about. Sure keeps you eating for it, doesn't you know what I mean, and all that. And it's good for the health, good for the heart.
John White runs in 2 Terry matches every year, one for the elections and so forth.
That's right, me and well.
And one Dennis Roger, which is a team in Hawthorne we play every year. And can only play an anthem too. You know that.
That's right,
And them 2 matches I'm involved in them, I'm fixed.
There you are.
5 aside and all.
When are you going to retire? When are you
May Day, Cup final day.
You're hanging up the boots in May Day?
Cup final day.
So there you are, Bert. So that's what, that's the best part of 50 years, and you're hanging up the boots after a 50-year career.
50.
The local Stanley Matthews, huh?
50. Oh, would be. 50 years, alright.
Well, Bertie, here's the last 2 questions I want to ask you. In your 50 odd years of playing football, it's probably a hard question to ask you, know, and it's probably a hard thing to answer. Who's the best player you ever played alongside? Or if there's 1 or 2 names, you know, it's up to yourself to obviously. I know it's a hard thing to think about, isn't it?
Well, we'll say George Blair.
George Blair.
George Blair would be one of them.
What would have made George stand out?
His ability. Passing, he involved you in the game when he opened up the left wing. And I was left back, he always involved you. You know, he was always available.
Made space for himself.
Yes.
See, making spaces.
You're Melvin Van Arn.
The brother Melvin, fair play. That's very nice of you.
You know, he was away in their troubles, he knew he was there. He knew he was available. He made space for you, like. He's not one of these centre half stays in the middle. Because they need them to follow it, which has to push it.
The ability to sweep.
You know, that's the sort of one they are. They say I haven't long enough time to go around out of service a bit. You're watching them now.
And then you were mentioning John Sloan too.
John and Sammy on town, see, they made the grade. Happy for them.
Of course, people always happy, but
I've been better about it. I'm not better about it.
No.
You know why the chance, and they didn't take it.
Well, but the fact that your chance meant you were good enough, you know what I mean, there's no doubt about that, you know, I think a lot of people would say that. Well, Bert, tell me this here, who's the best player you played, and that's what you played. Who's the best player you played against? Or the best couple of players you played against, or if you could name a couple of people there, you know?
Saturday morning, I would say, we Duxie Bar.
Duxie Bar.
Jimmy.
Started out the Hummers in 1971-72.
Sid Burrows.
Sid Burrows. Went on to play for Crusaders and played for a great Anfield side.
I played against him in the summer competitions.
Stood out.
Give me a headache.
There you are. Good player also. Sid Burrows done it, like, didn't he? He won the league with 2 or 3 different clubs there. You know. Is anybody else in Saturday morning stands out there, you know, over your time there that you played against?
Well, the Penrose boys were great players too, you know, the old boys. You know, like Sir Dixon there, and Aidan McClone, John White, Finlay, come on, Finlay wasn't, he was that delicate at times. See, the more he played, the more confidence he got, and he got stuck in, and basically not take on. And then they get the confidence. Henry and Martin Blair, Wally Barr, just say.
Wally, you were always saying about Wally doing it.
You know.
Suppose that's a long time, but I remember a lot of stuff.
Guy,
you know?
He was always trying to big Jeff there. We played nearly 3 years. Went to the reserves before we got a turn.
Jeff Blair was player.
Jeff could head at the moon.
Jeff was hard as nails. Hard as nails.
He was.
And a salmon.
They all could rest, but all good headers of ball. Nobody was good a header of ball for right.
Well, hey, if you're going to want the ball in the centre of the foot, you better be able to raise. You know what I mean, Bertie? You know. There's no doubt about it.
That's strong point.
You know. Well, Bertie, I just want to say, on behalf of myself here, and I just want to say, obviously, to all you viewers out there, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to this man here, a well-respected man from a well-respected family, from a well-respected area, namely Harrival, but originally a top of the town man. You know, so doesn't take anything away. You know, like, Bert, it's been absolutely fantastic to have you invite me into your beautiful house down in Queen Street here. I want to shake your hand. Me and you go back a long way. I used to polish your boots, and you were always good to me. And I always I always took respect from the likes of your boots and your brother George and George McCoy and George Blair and all the boys that go along with the Harrival thing. You know what I mean? And there are days that me and Melvin, we always said we would never forget. You know what I mean? And Melvin always holds you in very, very high stead. And my father would always talk about your own people. You know what I mean? And as I say, when you talk about football in Harrival, originally you talked about the McAuleys and you included the Blairs there and the Sloans, who were literally all the one anyway, you know what I mean? All back in the same bowl, you know. I just want to say to all the viewers out there, it's been a pleasure for me to come down into this beautiful splendid house here and to be made welcome and to get a yarn with you, Bertie. And on behalf of myself at BSN TV, I just want to say, Bertie, again, thanks very much, and it's been a pleasure. And you're what we would call a Ballymena Saturday morning league legend. Because every team that you played for, Bertie, at the time, whenever you played for them, when you were playing competitive football, they were the best team in the town. And if they needed a fullback, you were, without a doubt, the boy that they called for, you know. Bertie, you miss it. You miss it. You know. I even know by looking at you and talking to you there, you really loved your football, but Bertie, didn't you? You know, you polished your boots and you got up and you went, as I always say, you know, that Bertie's a small man, no, 5'3", 5'4" all his life, but a giant amongst the history of the Saturday morning league. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So Bertie, I really love you and leave you here.
Yeah,
okay, hey.
Thank you. You're welcome.